What is going on, everybody? What is going on, The Catch fam? Hope everyone is doing phenomenal tonight here on this great Friday night. Hope everyone is gearing up for a great weekend, a Memorial Day weekend at that. You guys already know what time it is, baby. Another live 2022 fantasy football best ball draft through Underdog Sports, of course. Excited as ever to be here with you guys. You know what to do. Hit that like button on the way in. Hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel. Come join The Catch fam on the road to 1,000 subscribers here at The Catch. Hop in the live chat, man. Let me know what's popping. Let me know how everyone's doing. And let's have a good time. Let's talk some fantasy football. Let's have a great draft. Looks like we've got pick 2 overall. An interesting pick here. A kind of a tough decision there. But yeah, draft starting in under 20 seconds. Excited as ever to be here. Derek, what's going on, baby? Good to see you in the chat, guys. Let me know what's going on. Hop in the live chat. Let me know what's up, man. We had a phenomenal, great, just a great time last night. A phenomenal subscriber mock draft as we're on the clock here. This is a tough decision. But last night was a lot of fun. Appreciate you guys hanging out and drafting last night. Just a good time overall last night. We had a ton of good fantasy conversation, a really good draft as well. Man, I don't think I want to go receiver here. What's my second pick? Yeah, I'm going running back. I'll go Derrick Henry here. Eckler's fine. I don't want to go CMC at 2, even in best ball. Personally, Eckler's probably my next pick there if I don't go Derrick Henry. If I did go receiver, probably Kupp, maybe Justin Jefferson. Derek in the chat saying go Cooper Kupp. I still want to go running back receiver, in this 12-man format. So let me just make sure how many rounds we have. We got 18. That's what I thought. So yeah, we've got pick 23 and 26. So I think I can land a really good, still kind of maybe more undervalued wide receiver 1 at 23, and then turn around and get an RB2 at 26, or vice versa. If there's a running back sitting there at 23 that I personally have a lot of conviction in, then I'll go running back at 23 and then go receiver at 26. But I want to continue playing around with this method of going running back, receiver, running back, receiver. And I will say in a best ball draft, generally when we're doing this method we've been doing, the strategy we've been doing, we kind of let a QB fall to us. But I will say we probably have to target a QB a little bit earlier in a best ball draft, as they are a little bit more highly valued and drafted a little bit higher than our redraft formats where we're conducting our mock drafts. So that's one thing to look out for, but I do think that this strategy can still follow suit. So we'll go running back at 2. I'm happy with Derrick Henry. Like I said, Eckler I would take there. I would consider Najee Harris or even a Joe Mixon, call me crazy, there as well. Those are probably the other guys I'd put up there. I'm not sold on CMC at 2. I'm just not. But holy cow, this first round is going crazy fast. Okay, so JT, Derrick Henry, CMC to start things off. Then a little bit of run at receiver, Cooper Kupp, JJ, Jamar Chase. Then we got Eckler and Harris, Diggs and Adams, Cook and Mixon. A solid first round there. Then with the 13th overall selection to start the second round at 2.1, we got Travis Kelce, followed by DeAndre Swift as we approach the second round. Dude, look at this. We're drafting with Pat Surtain. What's up, Pat Surtain? What's going on, man? All right, so Mike Evans goes at 15. That's probably the highest I've seen Mike Evans selected in any of the mock drafts or underdog drafts that we've done. But, I don't really have a problem with it. If that's your wide receiver 2 that you want, or even your wide receiver 1, then go out and get him, man. He's going to have a great year. So, Andrew, what's going on? Appreciate you being here. What's going on? Hope everyone's doing great tonight. Appreciate you guys being here. There goes Debo at 16. And let's see. So for me, looking at receivers, we can potentially select at 23 as we continue to see a little bit of a run. I don't even know if it's worth really, really looking at receivers yet, because I have a feeling we got 4 more selections as Aaron Jones selected here. I have a feeling a couple more are going to go. And Mark Andrews hanging around is a little intriguing as well. But Tyreek Hill, I really like in best ball formats. There goes Mark Andrews. A.J. Brown I like as well. A lot of upside there. I like that upside in these best ball formats. But Keenan Allen, and there goes Tyreek Hill. Keenan Allen is someone I definitely want to keep an eye on here. Let's take a look at running back. There are some studly running backs available, man. There goes Leonard Fournette. James Conner sitting there. I don't know if I'm able to pass up James Conner, but also Kamara and Nick Chubb laying around. Oh my gosh. All right, there goes Kamara. I was going to say, if Kamara does not get selected here, there's no way I can pass him up. I'm going to go Keenan Allen, and then I'm going to see if James Conner falls. You know, Kelly 23's got a running back, and there are some other really good running backs available here, including Nick Chubb, Javonte Williams as well. So I'll take my receiver, as I believe that's the most consistent wide receiver one left. There goes Javonte Williams. I would imagine that this team now is going to go with the receiver, tight end, or QB. It is possible that they go with the third running back, though. I mean, JT, they did go with the third running back in Saquon Barkley, but wow, this is tough, man. Nick Chubb or James Conner. You guys know I can't pass up James Conner, but I'll probably get some heat for that. I mean, Nick Chubb, yeah, really, really, really good value at 27. But I'm really happy with the start to this team, man. Derrick Henry, Keenan Allen, James Conner, a great consistent wide receiver one, part of a phenomenal offense. You know, one of the more intriguing offenses as we move into 2022. And then two stud running backs, man. Henry and Conner. Let's freaking go. Nick Chubb off the board at 27. So we got two teams here. 1.3 and 1.1 both went triple running back. Have some studly combinations. JT, Javonte, and Saquon, as well as CMC, Kamara, and Chubb. So interesting start to this draft. As we are moving along in the third round, we got Josh Allen, AJ Brown, and T. Higgins off the board. Derek, did you know that Daryl Williams from Kansas City signed with Arizona? Yes, I did. Yeah, I don't think it necessarily hurts Connor's value too much. I think Williams will kind of play a similar role to what Chase Edmonds did last season when he was healthy. So I'm not too worried about it. Connor's value is going to come, near the red zone and with those touchdowns for the most part. So I'm so sold on Connor, man. But I do think Williams was a good signing for the Cardinals overall. All right, so two tight ends in a row here, George Kittle and Kyle Pitts. So for me, as we're bouncing back to running back, if Zeke or David Montgomery are available, I'm not passing them up. Breece Hall is interesting. Josh Jacobs, Eli Mitchell, A.J. Dillon, like that tier of running backs, ETN and Dobbins, as well as Gibson at this point. Got to keep an eye on those guys. And then there's a pretty good run at receiver here as well. So I think I'm going to end up going running back and receiver in the 4th and 5th round, and then get my tight ends in the 6th and tight end and QB in the 6th and 7th round. It's a little bit of a gamble here. We'll see how it works out. All right, so Cam Akers goes at 3.9. Pittman's gone at 3.10. Williams is gone at 3.11, followed by Hollywood Brown at 3.12. Patty Mahomes, a second QB off the board to start the 4th round at 4.1. This draft moving relatively quickly, and a good draft tonight as well. I'm excited, man. Already fun. So we'll see what happens here. Got to keep an eye on QBs and tight ends, but I think we'll be able to make it to the 6th round. Although I will say we might be able to get some upside if we go QB at 47 or 50. If Herbert's laying around, that'll be a situation. We'll see what happens. So Breece Hall goes at 4.3. I think that's a really good selection. If Hall were to fall to 47, I'd take it. But if Josh Jacobs is available at 47 or 50, and I mean, I'm probably going to go receiver. That would follow suit with the strategy at 47. Plus, Kelly 23's got 3 running backs. I'd be surprised if they go with another running back, although I was kind of surprised they went with a 3rd running back in general. So I'll go receiver here, and then we'll see what running back we can land at 50. All right, so Jalen Waddle, DJ Moore off the board. Let's start to look at receivers. There's a lot of good running backs available. I mean, DK Metcalf's my top target, but I don't think he'll fall unless we just see a crazy run at QB and tight end here, or maybe people just have more conviction in some of these other receivers. But and there goes DK Metcalf. So yeah, no real need for that conversation. But Scary Terry's probably the receiver I like the most here. I don't really mind Brandon Cooks as well, but I'd like to land Scary Terry. Chris Godwin, I just don't like as a wide receiver, too. All right, so we'll sit back and see what happens, but Scary Terry definitely our top target. There goes David Montgomery. A good selection at 43. Really good value. There are some really good running backs available. Short Gamer TV's got 0 running backs. Zay Garcia's got 1 running back. I won't be surprised if we see a little bit of a run there. Dome Favors, who had that 3rd overall selection, has got 3 running backs, so I don't foresee him going running back. So we'll see what happens here. We'll see what happens. There goes Amari Cooper. There goes Zeke. So there's at least 1 running back off the board. Short Gamer ended up going with a receiver there. And we'll see what happens here. Scary Terry's probably my top pick here. If we can land him, I'll be really happy with the start to this team. I don't care if Carson Wentz is a QB. Carson Wentz did just fine with Michael Pittman last season. He'll feed that #1 target. This is coming down to the wire. Goes Darren Waller. Not a bad pick. Oh my gosh, Justin Herbert is available. Let's just stay true to the strategy. It's close there, man. Herbert being available is tough, man. But if we don't go running back at 50, I don't know what type of value we're going to see at running back left. There's only been 2 QBs taken, so following suit with this strategy, I do think that the best move is to not go QB at either 47 where we pick Terry McLaurin, or at 50 as a QB is taken there Lamar Jackson in the 4th round. I do think we're going to be able to land a solid QB at 71 or 74 and get a tight end that I still believe in as well. Elver G, what's up, bro? What's up? Appreciate you being here. What's up, broski? Hope all is well. Right back at you. All right, man. Josh Jacobs is my pick here, but there are a lot of good running backs. I mean, Eli Mitchell, A.J. Dillon, Etienne, J.K. Dobbins, and Gibson. A lot of good running backs. I think this is a really good start to this team. Derrick Henry, Keenan Allen, James Conner, Scary Terry, and Josh Jacobs. It's exactly what we want to see out of this strategy, man. So I will say one thing, as Justin Herbert selected at a really good value at 5.3. One receiver that I really am liking right now is Devonta Smith. So if he's available at the next turnaround, he might be somebody that I consider. Lots of good players available. A lot of good players that we see listed right now are going to be gone by the time that we draft. Hunter Renfrow is a good pick, as well as Chris Godwin selected. Those are probably 2 receivers I would consider at the turn, but more than likely we're going to be looking at a Dawson Knox or a Dallas Goedert, and then we'll keep an eye at the QB position. We'd love to land a Murray, Hurts, or Burrow, but if we move into that next tier, that's completely fine as well. All right, so Chris Godwin's gone. Cortland Sutton is gone as well. Prey, what's up, bro? What's up? Appreciate you being here. What's good, man? There goes Gabe Davis. I really like the start to this draft. Derrick Henry, Keenan Allen, Connor, McLaurin, and Jacobs. In a 12-man draft, I mean, that's pretty good value, man. Even in an underdog draft, where best ball is a little bit of different scoring format. Yeah, I like this start a whole lot. All right, so we'll see what happens here. At this point, it's one of those points in the drafts where you just got to sit back and see what happens. No need to get too crazy. There goes Allen Robinson. So mostly receivers so far taken in the 5th round. Judy, Godwin, Sutton, so both those Denver receivers. Gabriel Davis, Allen Robinson. 3 running backs, Dobbins, Gibson, he just got selected at 5.9. My selection of Josh Jacobs and Justin Herbert as well. Man, I was close to going Justin Herbert. Really close. But I'm following suit with this strategy, and we'll see what happens. There goes Juju at 58. 2 more selections here in the 5th round. So looking at QBs available, man, I don't think Kyler Murray or Jalen Hurts are going to be available. And there goes Travis Etienne. But, I mean, if we could somehow land one of them as Brandon Cooks is selected and Darnell Mooney, which takes us right into the 6th round. I mean, if one of those 2 QBs, Murray or Hurts, falls, I'll be super happy. Seen a big run on receivers. Rashad Bateman's gone. I might take a huge gamble and wait till 95 to select a tight end. I couldn't even finish that sentence. That's how worried it makes me. So we'll see what happens. I mean, I don't see Kelly 23 going QB, so I might go for, like I said, if Devonta Smith or Hunter Renfrow are available at 71, I think I'm gonna go receiver and then go QB at 74. So Hurts and Murray are gone. So now we're just kind of crossing our fingers. Kind of unlikely. We got 1, 2, 3 teams without a QB, 2 teams with 1 QB in front of us. Crossing our fingers for Joe Burrow at 71 as Elijah Moore and Michael Thomas have been selected. There goes Burrow. So that's off the clock. So I'm going to go receiver at 71. And, part of me really wants to risk it, man. And go QB at 95 and tight end at 98. Now my brain's churning. If A.J. Dillon's available, man, I might do it. I might risk it for the biscuit, boys and girls. Derek, I need to do one of these best balls. I've never done one before. Yeah, man, we'd love to have you. Yeah, and of course, guys, as you guys know, double your first deposit up to $100 with promo code TheCatch. Promo code in the description down below as well. There goes Drake London. I am going to have, a personal underdog draft as well. All right, let's go. Let's risk it for the biscuit. So I'll have that link, when we... I'll have more than one of those, too, as we get closer to the season, where it's, I can make a personal invite, and it's, just a draft with, members of the catch, so to speak. So if that's something you guys are interested in, that's something I'd love to get set up as well. All right, A.J. Dillon's the top running back. There goes D-Hop. I'd love to land. If A.J. Dillon gets selected here at 73, I'll go QB. If not, then I'm going to risk it and go QB and tight end at 95 and 98. Oh, man, this is risky. But this is a solid start to this team in terms of running backs and receiver. Derrick Henry, Keenan Allen, James Conner, Terry McLaurin, Josh Jacobs, Devonta Smith, and A.J. Dillon. I mean, I like that, man. I like that a lot. Now it gets risky. We're not going to land Hunter Renfrow by any means. But now we're looking at this next tier of QB. Man, we're really risking it. If we land any one of these QBs, I'll be happy. Brady, Wilson, Prescott, Stafford, Rodgers. Knox and Goddard still my top targets at tight end, but now we really got to start looking at this entire tier of tight ends overall. I don't know why Hunter Henry's so low, man. All right, so Monroe, St. Brown, CH, Dalton Schultz, all gone. We're going to see, I would imagine, a couple tight ends and QBs gone before we select again at 95 and 98. Andrew says I would. Derek, yeah, I could do that. Yeah. And I can get that set up sooner rather than later as well. And obviously there's 2 formats with best ball drafts. You've got your 30-second format, and you've got your long format. And I want to do a long format with you guys as well, because I actually really enjoy doing those. I mean, it's 8 hours per pick, and it's just kind of fun to have a week or two where you have a draft selection every day. But it'd also be fun to set one up where we can do a live stream and all kind of draft together as well. So, some questions today on the Discord channel coming up about the Catch Fam leagues and everything, and I'll have all the information put together by the end of next month, before we move into July. And part of that will have some information on, the best ball Catch Fam leagues as well, which I'm excited for also. Obviously, there's, you have to pay. I'm going to try and do $5 or under drafts, but obviously they do cost money as well. But obviously you can win a lot of money with it as well. But on top of that, anytime, lately I've been running the best ball drafts through Underdog on Friday nights, and you guys can always join. I mean, tonight I kind of hopped right in here and it filled up right away, but we can always plan ahead where you guys can join a draft with me as well. I know Spencer wasn't able to make it tonight, but he's drafted with me quite a few times on Friday nights. So, yeah. All right, so interesting 7th round. Ayuk, A.J. Dillon, Amon-Ra St. Brown, C.H. Dalton Schultz, Tom Brady, Sky Moore, Adam Thielen, Tyler Lockett, Miles Sanders, Russell Wilson, Patty and Cheese, Hunter Renfrow at 85. I'd love to land Dak Prescott, but if we end up with Matthew Stafford, I'll be fine. If we end up with Aaron Rodgers, I mean, I'll be fine as well, quite frankly. So, we'll see what happens here, man. We're risking it. There goes Hawkinson. I'm not as concerned at tight end as I am at QB. There's really only 3 QBs I'd be happy with. At tight end, there's a plethora of players that I'd be happy with. I'd like to land a Dalton Schultz, but Dawson Knox would make me happy as well. And I'll probably... I mean, I don't know, man. I feel pretty good about the 3 running backs, 3 receivers we started with. Or do I have 4? I have 4 running backs and 3 receivers. Yeah, I feel good about this team, man. There goes Prescott. So let's see here. Short Gamer's my... Oh, and... Okay. Let's see who this team goes with. He's got 3 running backs, 3 receivers, and a tight end. Very good chance he goes QB here. Then we got Short Gamer with no QB as well in front of us. And there are literally 2 QBs left that I like. I mean, worst case scenario, we'll pick Derek Carr. But gosh, man, we got a good start to this team. Big risk here. He goes Christian Watson. That helps us. I mean, keep in mind, you know, Pat Surtain's got 2 QBs. Any of these teams could go for a second QB. And it's at that point in the draft where the position is absolutely drying up. So it won't shock me. But we're crossing our fingers for Matthew Stafford. If we land Aaron Rodgers, I'll be happy as well. And then we want to go tight end at 98. Really just whoever's available. And I think, obviously, there's a lot more tight ends like we just went over. So let's just take a look at running back. Melvin Gordon. There goes Matthew Stafford. 3 quarterbacks. Come on, man. Why'd you have to do that to me? Anyways. Melvin Gordon's probably the top running back available that I'd want to draft. Tyler Algier, Darrell Henderson. There goes Aaron Rodgers. So they're risking it for the biscuit did not pay off. There goes Dallas Goedert. Plenty of good receivers here. Christian Kirk, Russell Gage. But we have to get our QB. It might be a little bit early, but we can't come out of here, you know, without a stud QB. So we risk it for the biscuit. We got some really good running backs and receivers, but it did kind of, you know, we did pay the price. We really close. I mean, I was not expecting the team to go for 3 quarterbacks. I mean, Burrow, Brady, and Stafford. I mean, hey, that's Studley, man, but it definitely hurt us. So we'll go tight end with this next selection, and then we're probably gonna have to go for a second QB as well. For me, it's probably Kirk Cousins, and after that, hey, I'll land a late round Carson Wentz or a late round Mac Jones. I mean, we might have to go for 3 or 4 quarterbacks the way that this is working out. So there goes Trey Lance. I'm going to go ahead and pick Dawson Knox. And I'm a little bit disappointed. If we had landed Rodgers, Stafford, or Prescott, this would have been a beautiful draft. I would have felt really, really good. But I'm still not that upset, you know, with Derek Carr as our QB1. You know, it could be better, but it's the situation we're in, and we'll move on. And I mean, running backs and receivers: Henry, Allen, Connor, McLaurin, Jacobs, Devonta Smith, A.J. Dillon, Derek Carr, Dawson Knox. Still a very, very good team. All right. So at this point in the draft, we really want to look and just start queuing up anyone who holds value to us. And we're going to see a ton of these players selected. Man, I might draft Deshaun Watson as well. Like, I'm not in love with doing so, but the way that this team is looking, it might be a necessity. I mean, don't get me wrong. I believe in Derek Carr, and I think he's going to have a great season, but I just want a little bit more upside at the position overall. All right, so I'm not going to go too deep down this list because things are going to get very dicey here at the end, and a lot of these players are going to be selected anyways, but we will just kind of start making sure we've got somewhat of a queue going. So I'm a little bit focused here. Apologize, guys. And, yeah, we'll stop there. This should get us in a good position. Melvin Gordon's the next player I'd really like to land. And then I might go for a QB, but there are some receivers available that I really like. Remember, we only have 3 receivers. Running back is our strongest point. We might need to go receiver here. I mean, I'm pretty happy in a 12-man league if I come out with Derrick Henry, James Conner, Josh Jacobs, and A.J. Dillon and then get 1 or 2 late-round flyers. But if Melvin Gordon's available, he's the last running back that I think really holds a lot of value outside of maybe a Tyler Algier and a Dameon Pierce, who I think both are going to be in a position to start as rookies as an RB1. But Keenan Allen, Terry McLaurin, Devonta Smith, nothing wrong with that. But you do play 3 receivers in this format, so it is something we need to take a look at. So Derek Carr and Dawson Knox are QB1, tight end 1. I might go receiver and tight end here. Looking at the receiver position, like Michael Gallup, but I really like Tyler Boyd and Tim Patrick as well. Part of me just wants to snag up both those guys and then take a little bit of a pause from receiver, but I also think that in these deep 18-round best ball formats, receiver is the deepest position. And we probably need to go with the second QB, so I might just go receiver QB, depending on if Watson or Cousins are available. QB receiver might be the move here. All right, so we'll see what happens. Let's take a breather. So here in the 9th round, we saw Trey Lance, Dawson Knox, Russell Gage, Bobby Trees, Alan Lazard, Damian Harris, MVS, Olave, Ertz, James Cook, Claypool, and Kareem Hunt. A solid round in terms of talent overall. All right, and there goes Melvin Gordon. So for me, we're taking a breather at running back for sure. I mean, I like Dameon Pierce, but if I can land Algier, or even Michael Carter, Darrell Henderson, James Robinson, those guys a little bit later. I don't mind Khalil Herbert in a handcuff situation. There's still some hope there at running back. Ronald Jones, Rachaad White, Isaiah Spiller, Ramondre Stevenson, even Devin Singletary. All these guys are worth drafting at this point. So Tyler Boyd's off the board. That makes me really want to target Tim Patrick at 119 and then keep an eye on those 2 QBs. And then hopefully we can land a Hunter Henry at 143, get us a second tight end, and a running back at 146, and then from there just go best player available. All right, we'll see what happens. All right, there goes Chase Edmonds. Appreciate you guys hanging out with me and drafting with me tonight, man. Been a good draft tonight. We were so close to landing, a really, really solid team. But hey, we got to give Derek Carr some credit. All right, so Tyler Boyd went at 10.3. He was a player I really wanted to land here, like I said. So I pretty much put Tyler Boyd and Tim Patrick neck and neck. And, if Jerry Jeudy does miss any time, which hasn't really been indicated that he's going to, but, with that recent issue that came up the other week, if he does miss any time, I think that also elevates Tim Patrick for, 2 weeks, 4 weeks, 6 weeks, who knows. But in general, I just like Tim Patrick. And, as much as I think that Jerry Jeudy as well as Courtland Sutton are going to have a ton of opportunities this coming season with Russell Wilson at the QB position, you just don't hear a lot of buzz about Tim Patrick, and he's a very, very skilled receiver. So, he's a player that I'm a big fan of, that I feel like I generally have on a lot of teams as well, and he's someone I want to go out and target here as well. So, that running back room is looking great, man. For a 12-man draft, Henry, Connor, Jacobs, Dillon, I love that, man. All right. I feel like with every other pick, we need to get a receiver because we're pretty thin. So let's go for receiver in a QB here. Here goes Rashad Penny. It's been a competitive draft, too. A lot of good talent. A lot of people being drafted against their ADP. And, hey, I got no problem with that, man. This is tough. Do I go quarterback? I'm going to go receiver. I'm going to go Tim Patrick. Because if Deshaun Watson gets selected at 120 or 121, I'm fine. I'll go Kirk Cousins. No, man. Oh, man. There goes Tim Patrick. That's why you always got to have a backup plan. Right away. There's really no receiver that I had that same conviction in available. There's really not, man. Ooh. That one hurts, bro. You know what we're doing? We're going Watson, then we're going Kirk Cousins. Ooh, that hurt. That was just like a slap to the face. Oh, man. Hey, we're going to take a ton of flyers at receivers to end this draft. Oh, man. I wanted Boyd or Patrick very, very badly on this team. All right, let's take a breather here. Let's take a look at receiver. We got about less than 30 seconds. There are good receivers available, but oh, man, it's hard to pull the trigger on a lot of these guys. Maybe Jameson Williams kind of interesting. I'm going double QB, man. I mean, we need it on this team. So let's take a look at the team. Carr, Watson, Cousins. I mean, we ended up with a solid QB room, right? All have different bye weeks. 4 running backs: Henry, Connor, Jacobs, Dillon, Allen, McLaurin, and Smith. I mean, I love those 3 receivers, but we need to get more depth at receiver. Then we got Dawson Knox at tight end 1 as well. So we're going to keep an eye on Tyler Algier. Really, let's try and, well, maybe not. Maybe we're not going to have time to get that in order by position, but we really need to take some depth at receiver. So at this point, you know, we need to add a couple names to this queue. Yeah, I mean, really anyone with any value whatsoever, we need to get queued up. Kendrick Bourne, I can't believe I didn't have Kendrick Bourne queued up. That's my boy. Brian Edwards, Patty Mahomes coming out today, sitting some press with Justin Ross. I don't know if I'm completely there. Cedric Wilson, I like as a later round pick. Braxton Berrios, another guy I like as a late round pick. Yeah, man. Receiver got 8 up in this draft. Andrew saying go receiver. Yeah, I probably should have. I just can't believe Tim Patrick got snagged like that. Here I am gassing him up, and he gets taken right from our grass. The good news is we don't need another QB. I mean, we could still draft one if we feel like it's the best value, but I would like to land a Hunter Henry. Let's take a look at tight end who's available. Gesicki's still available too. But Hunter Henry's someone I'd really like to land. There's still some really good running backs. Oh, man. We probably need to get a receiver at 143, though. I mean, here's the thing. If I get like a Tyler Algier, a Daryl Henderson, a Michael Carter, a James Robinson at 143, and then Hunter Henry at 146 or vice versa, then I can literally finish out this draft just taking receivers. And it's probably not going to be pretty. But, I mean, I have faith in Devonta Smith, Scary Terry, and Keenan Allen starting most weeks. Do any of those guys? Okay, good. They all have different bye weeks. All right, so let's just sit back and see what happens. I mean, I might do that, man. I might go running back and tight end. There goes Gesicki. A little bit of a run on tight end as well. I mean, we saw 2 in the 11th round in Fearmouth and Tanyan. Then Gronk, Albert O, and Mike Gesicki taken there. So if I go tight end and running back here, I don't need to draft any more QBs, any more tight ends. I mean, we could consider one more tight end. It probably wouldn't be a bad idea. But outside of that, you know what? We'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more selections. I'd probably go one more tight end, a late round flyer with one of the last 2 selections, a Taysom Hill, Hayden Hurst, Gerald Everett. I don't know, someone who's available. And outside of that, just select receivers and just going for extreme upside. And there's some late round receivers I like. Braxton Berrios, Kendrick Bourne, Ced Wilson. So it's a little bit different of a team, but we had to pivot a little bit here. And I think it'll still be a good roster overall. We'll see what happens. All right, seeing a little bit of a run on tight end, like I said, as well as a couple of QBs here. Justin Fields, Zach Wilson, Rachaad White sprinkled in there at the running back position as well. As we approach 143, Van Jefferson sitting there, though, is kind of intriguing. But there's some good running backs here, too. Ronald, what's up, bro? Give up Berrios. I mean, here's the thing, man. We got 18 rounds, okay? Like, we're going to have to draft somebody. And he had a lot of momentum at the end of last season. So, like, I'm not going for Berrios in redraft formats necessarily, unless you're in, like, maybe a 14-man, but probably 16, 18, 20-man plus league. Or if you're in a best ball format, or even just a format where you have 4 or 5 more rounds than what you typically see. So, I mean, we're going to have to draft somebody. And, I mean, with all the buzz that the Jets are getting this offseason, I don't think it's too crazy to go for Berrios, who, like I said, just had a lot of good momentum, better in a PPR format, and all that as well. Crowded over there, better talent. He's now going to be a return specialist. This is a fine take. I think he'll be involved, more of like a slot guy. I don't think it'll be anything crazy. How did Hunter Henry just get selected? Oh, come on, man. All right, so that changes things. Let's go Van Jefferson. Ooh, this is tough. Let's go Tyler Algier. Oh, I'm not on the clock yet. I gotta wait. I'm actually super happy with Van Jefferson there. That really helps out this roster, actually, as much as I really wanted Hunter Henry. Part of me wants to go Noah Fant here. Oh, yeah, and Njoku getting that big contract today as well, guys. I mean, Njoku's going to be due for some targets. All right, I just switched over to the wrong team. Here we go. All right, so we went Tyler Algier. Henderson I would have been fine with there as well, but I'll take Algier. I think he's definitely got a better opportunity to be an RB1. Then, Hunter Henry getting snagged right before us. That's the second time our boy Dome Favors has snagged a player from us. Tim Patrick at 118, then Hunter Henry at 142. He might be listening to the stream. But so we end up going Van Jefferson, Tyler Algier. Good value there. Van Jefferson, the 12th round, Algier in the 13th. I'm good. I'm good there. All right, so there goes Jarvis Landry at 148 as well as Matty Ice. So team's not looking too bad. 3 QBs, Carr, Watson, Cousins, Derrick Henry, James Conner, Josh Jacobs, A.J. Dillon, Algier. I don't think we need to draft another running back. Keenan Allen, McLaurin, Devonta Smith, Van Jefferson, and Dawson Knox. So tight end, a little bit of a concern with us not being able to land Hunter Henry there. So let's take a look at tight end. Noah Fant, my top guy here. Tyler Higbee, not a bad option. I mean, at this point, Cole Kmet and Irv Smith, I'd consider. Gerald Everett, Logan Thomas, Hayden Hurst, Evan Engram. I like Taysom Hill as well. Austin Hooper, Uzama. That's probably about it. And we're probably, now part of me may go for like 4 tight ends. I don't know. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more selections. I would say at least 3 of those need to be receiver, and up to 2 of those could be tight end. All right, so there goes Nyheim Hines, Irv Smith, and Darrell Henderson. And we'll see what happens as we approach the end of the 13th round. I still think we've gotten good value every single round of this draft. And this is still a good team. A really good start, too. I mean, Henry, Allen, Connor, McLaurin, Jacobs, Smith, and Dillon was fire, man. So close to landing Prescott, Stafford, or Rodgers. Tight end worked out. Although our depth at tight end is not great at the moment. But, hey, I still think we're doing a good job tonight. Definitely been a competitive draft. Usually is as well. So, all right, George Pickens is gone. Jalen Tolbert's gone. Let's take a look at receiver. I don't think we're going to end up with James Robinson. I don't think we need him. I think for us it's just receiver and tight end to finish out this draft, man. There goes Alec Pierce. I think a good pick there. Let's just take a look at receiver, see if there's anyone else we'd select. As Pierce and Bell are gone, some rookie talent gone. KJ Osborne's gone. Kendrick Bourne is like a must-draft player for me. I like Bryan Edwards with some sneaky value. I mean, definitely going to be your wide receiver too on that Falcons team. Doesn't mean a whole lot, but once again, in these, this best ball format where we're drafting through 18 rounds, it's the type of player we need to look at, right? Obviously, he's not the second target on the team, would be the third with Kyle Pitts there, but at the same time, him and Ced Wilson are 2 players I like to come out of here with. I still think we can really finish off this team in good fashion. So let's sit back and see what happens as Mac and Cheese is taken off the board. And this is the fun part of the draft. It's where we get to sit back and, we're not drafting players that we absolutely love. We're looking for late round talent and pretty comparable at this point. Like Kendrick Bourne is a guy that I have a lot of conviction in that I'd love to land. Looking at tight ends, I'd like to get Noah Fant and Taysom Hill on this team somehow, but I have a feeling we're only going to be able to land one or the other. So my top targets right now, I might be able to wait around on Kendrick Bourne. He's a little bit lower ranked. DJ Chark's interesting. Marvin Jones interesting, but I just think that I personally have more conviction in Kendrick Bourne and might go ahead and just go out and draft him. The thing is, before we draft again, there goes Noah Fant, so he's off the board. Before we draft again, there's going to be a lot of talent gone. Logan Thomas kind of interesting. What? So Dawson Knox has a bye week, week 7. So Tyler Higbee's kind of out of it for me because we'd have to take him here. And I mean, if he falls to the following round, we'll take him. But you know, I can't risk having 2 tight ends with the same bye week. Ooh, we got 2 receivers with the same bye week. All right, so on the board here. Ooh, this is interesting. Right now, we're just going for conviction. 2 players that we want. Call me crazy, man, but I want Taysom Hill on this team. I think he has an opportunity to score a lot of points at the tight end position. And then I'm going to go for Kendrick Bourne in the 15th round at pick 170. Whew, I saw a receiver taken and my heart skipped a beat. Whew, another receiver. Okay. Give me Kendrick Bourne. And then, once again, we're just looking at receivers and tight ends. But at this point, it doesn't hurt to just queue up anyone of talent as KJ Hamler's taken. I mean, even guys like Raheem Mostert, Ryan Tannehill, it's not going to hurt to know that they're available. McKissick. I'm actually kind of surprised J.D. McKissick's still available. My boy Jared Goff, Carson Wentz. I mean, we really don't need another QB, but, you know, why not add Davis Mills to the queue? Sony Michel. I mean, gosh, just so many running backs there in Miami. I don't know why I even got Mostert on the queue, but we do. Kenny Pickett's kind of fun. Sterling Shepard, I think, could be a good value here. Brian Pringle's on Chicago. I kind of forgot that happened, but that definitely did happen. I guess Chuba's not really a handcuff anymore. Trey McBride, your handcuff to Zach Ertz, is available. I don't think Amari Rodgers is going to step up. James White is an interesting selection. Let's get... Where do I have Ced Wilson? He's probably the next player I want to draft. I think John Mechie is kind of interesting too. I feel like Odell's pretty low for me. Oh, Marvin Jones still available. At this point, if he's available when we draft next, he's really good value. I'd still like to land another one of these tight ends too. I mean, we're going to need a 3rd tight end. Logan Thomas, Hayden Hurst, Evan Ingram, Hooper, Uzama. Any of those guys are going to provide a lot of value at this point. All right, so let's just kind of see what happens. Still got a long time until we draft. So Robinson and Mostert are gone. Tyler Higbee's gone. AJ Green is gone as well. There goes Khalil Herbert. I just feel like I'm going to miss a player that I like. I'm not sold on drafting Sammy Watkins. I'm sorry. As Gus Edwards is selected. James Washington is kind of interesting. He's someone I'd add. I guess Duvernay is the wide receiver too for Baltimore. If we're going to look at Brian Edwards, why not? Ronald says Marvin Jones, not good value. I mean, 73 receptions, 832 receiving yards, 4 touchdowns last season. But it is a different offense throughout this offseason. A little bit more crowded as well. But, I mean, going off the stats, I think he's good value in the 16th round if he's available. Andrew, only running back on Miami is Edmonds and Mostert. And, well, you got Sony Michel there as well. And I feel like more than one running back has been cut since. But I still feel like there's, like, another running back or two on that depth chart who holds some value. All right, so let's see here. So there goes Marvin Jones to start the 16th round, followed by Sammy Watkins. So I'd like to come out of here with, I mean, I like these receivers at the top. Ced Wilson, Brian Edwards, John Mechie, Shepard, Berrios, James Washington, and Odell. Odell, I mean, I don't feel crazy about. There goes Evan Ingram. So I'd like to get 2 receivers and a tight end, man. I think this was a good draft. But we need more upside at receiver. And, okay, none of them have a bye week in week 7, so that's good. Ced Wilson I really like in this best ball format. I mean, similar to like a Van Jefferson, just a big upside type player, you know, which is definitely something you want in best ball as well. John Mechie, just kind of intriguing, a rookie talent, only really competing with Brandon Cooks, who I do think will get the bulk of those receptions. But I like Davis Mills. You know, I don't hate Davis Mills as a quarterback, so it'll be interesting to see what happens here. All right, there goes Hayden Hurst. I think we're probably going to see quite a few tight ends. Logan Thomas, Uzama, and Hooper. I mean, part of me does want to land one of them. We'll see what happens. There goes Julio. Ooh, Davis Price. Another Niners running back to be Shanahan by. Ronald says without injury, Wilson's not going to get more than 2 catches a game. Yeah, he definitely had more opportunities when Cooper or Gallup were hurt, but he had some good games with, you know, when one or the other was healthy. But obviously Tyreek and Waddle and Gesicki, a lot of volume there between those 3 guys. So, but I mean, once again, we're in the 16th and 17th round of a draft, so I think he's good value. Rather have Edwards. Yeah, part of me was just thinking I'd like to just get Ced Wilson and Bryan Edwards with these next 2 selections and call it a day. I kind of like James Washington too, but I feel like we need a 3rd tight end. Like, I just don't know how much I'm able to rely on Taysom Hill. But I just don't know what value we're going to get at tight end at all. If we go double receiver here, which is what I'm leaning towards. Because I feel like this team in front of us is probably going to go tight end if they don't go QB or running back. And we're going to end up with just a complete flyer at tight end, which is going to lead me to just draft another receiver. But like O.J. Howard is kind of interesting. That's about it. Ricky Seals-Jones, is he the tight end 1 on the Giants? I would say the same thing about Washington. That's fair. That's fair. But, you know, we're kind of looking for flyers anyway at this point in the draft. All right, there goes Hooper. So tight end is pretty 8 up. Uzama is available though. I'm gonna go Edwards. We need more help at receiver. I'm gonna go Edwards. It's been an interesting draft. A little bit different. It started off really hot. Took a couple of risks, but I still think we got a good team. Derek Carr, Deshaun Watson, Kirk Cousins, Derrick Henry, James Conner, Josh Jacobs, A.J. Dillon, Tyler Algier. I like that running back room. Keenan Allen, Devonta Smith, Van Jefferson, Kendrick Bourne, Cedric Wilson, Bryan Edwards. I think all things considered, still have a good receiving room. And then Dawson Knox and Taysom Hill. It's not a bad team. I've seen worse. Probably. All right, so we definitely don't need Tannehill. J.D. McKissick still being available is kind of interesting. But like I said, backfield's just gotten very, very crowded. I guess Brevin Jordan's your tight end 1 on the Houston Texans. Ronald, why not CJ? I just felt like we needed to go ahead and finish out this receiving room. Although it's possible one of these guys is still available. Trey McBride, kind of interesting. Mo Cox, but that's a crowded tight end room. Take a complete gamble on Cameron Brate. Jared Cook had a fine season last year. But yeah, Ricky Seals-Jones is kind of looking like, I mean, he played fine in relief last season for Washington. We got Zach Ertz handcuff. I don't think O.J. Howard's going to be really big in the receiving game for Buffalo. Dan Arnold's kind of interesting, but he had no touchdowns last season. Get Darren Waller's handcuff. Man, Darren Fell's a free agent. He's not a bad tight end. Ronald, most QBs throw to tight end, but Danny Dimes don't. So tight end Giants will def have value this year. Yeah, I mean, it'd be crazy if Uzama slides out here. I don't think he will, but let's just look in front of us. I mean, every team's got 2 to 3 tight ends. Pat Surtain's got 4 tight ends. Pat Surtain's got 4 QBs, 4 running backs, 4 tight ends, and 5 receivers. How crazy would it be if we were actually drafting with Pat Surtain right now? I don't think we are, but that would be pretty cool. All right. Approaching the final round of tonight's draft. J.D. McKissick goes at 204 to end the 17th round. There's a possibility we can land Uzama with this final pick of the draft, which I think would be really good value. I mean, any of these teams can end up with a 3rd tight end. That's what we're gunning for here. But ton of flyers at running backs and handcuff. I mean, not handcuff situations, but committee situations or running back. 3rd running backs. I don't know if anyone's really going for running back. Trey Sermon, probably your biggest upside play. Just take, I don't know, become a part of the Shanahan offense there. But receivers, there's a lot of flyers. There are a lot of QBs being selected. But I would say Pickett or Trubisky, probably the only final QBs who will get selected. I don't think any of these other guys are going to go. I mean, maybe Drew Lock. But I don't think anyone's that desperate. I know we got one team that's got 1 QB. But I think they would probably go Kenny Pickett or Trubisky before they would go Drew Lock. Matt Corral, kind of interesting too. But QB is pretty much done with. Running backs, just disgusting. James White, I was about to say Zamir White's kind of interesting. James White, probably the last available player. It's pretty ugly. And, I mean, everything's basically done. I mean, I don't know what else to expect at this point in the draft, but there's really nothing nice here. So we'll see what happens. Just kind of sit back and let this unfold. We got pick 215. Whew. All right, so here in the 18th round, we got Justin Ross, Carson Wentz, Amari Rodgers, Sterling Shepard, Marlon Mack, Zamir White, Deonta Foreman, Romeo Dubes. I don't even know who that is. I'm not going to lie. Brian Pringle, Zay Jones. We're going to get our tight end, baby. We got Uzama. Let's go. We got the Uzman. Let's go. What happened to our team? It's our first puppy team. Let's do it, baby. All right, so we end up with Derek Carr, Deshaun Watson, Kirk Cousins at the quarterback position. All things considered, I mean, we were just a hair away from getting Stafford or Prescott. So all things considered, I still think that the QB room is not too bad. Running back room overall, I like this running back room. Probably the best part of this team, Derrick Henry, Connor, Josh Jacobs, A.J. Dillon, Tyler Algier. I'll take that. 5 running backs, 3 QBs. Receiver, we got Keenan Allen, Scary Terry, Devonta Smith, Van Jefferson, Kendrick Bourne, Ced Wilson, and Brian Edwards. I mean, all things considered, I do feel like this is still a decent receiver room. I'm not too upset with that. Tight end Dawson Knox, Taysom Hill, CJ Uzama, like all things considered, 12-man draft. I think this is pretty good. Where did we finish? 2806. I mean, our projection, wow, Pat Surtain. Well, I guess he's got so many QBs, so that automatically puts him pretty high in projections. Let's shout out to Pat Surtain once again. So right now, yeah, I mean, we're the 4th highest team. Not that it matters whatsoever, but hey, I think it was a good draft, man. We had to pivot a little bit. We started off really hot, took some risks. Didn't really pay off too much. but actually it paid off to some degree. Still a good draft overall, man. So, yeah, that'll do for tonight's stream. There's our team. Carr, Watson, Cousins, Henry, Connor, Jacobs, Dillon, Algier, Allen, McLaurin, Smith, Jefferson, Bourne, Wilson, Edwards, Knox, Hill, and Uzama. Not an awful team. 12-man draft. And, yeah, I'm good with that, man. Another Underdog best ball draft in the books. Of course, you guys can now double your first deposit with Underdog up to $100 with promo code TheCatch. Link in the description down below. We will be running some Catch Fam Underdog drafts as well. A little bit, probably next month or July as well. So, keeping a lookout for that as well on Discord and everything. So yeah, appreciate you guys hanging out tonight. Had a fun time with you guys, as always. Last night's subscriber mock draft was an absolute blast. And just appreciate you guys, all your support. And yeah, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for drafting with me, man. Andrew, good team. I appreciate it. Derek, Underdog got an error. Had to email support. Okay, man. Yeah, let me know on Discord if you need anything. I'll see if I can do anything to help you as well. And I'm sure they'll get anything resolved that you need resolved as well. They're pretty good about that stuff. So, appreciate you guys. Everyone have a great start to your weekend. Everyone have a great Friday night. Be safe. And I will talk to you guys tomorrow. I'll be on running some mock drafts, probably through Yahoo and or ESPN. You guys can hop on with me tomorrow night if you guys have either type of account. And yeah, be a good time tomorrow night as well. Appreciate you guys. And Ronald, Andrea, Derek. Who else do we have in the chat tonight? Elver, Prey. Appreciate you guys hanging out. Appreciate you guys hopping in the live chat. Appreciate you. If you did swing by, you weren't in the live chat, you just hung out. And you guys know what to do. Hit that like button on the way out. Hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel. Come join the Catch Fam on the road to 1,000 subscribers. Discord link in the description down below. Completely free to join. Of course, double your first deposit up to $100 with promo code TheCatch through Underdog. Fantasy promo code in the description down below as well. And that'll do it for tonight's stream. Love you guys. Love this community. Love the Catch Fam. Appreciate you guys, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. With that, I got nothing else to say, but thank you guys so much for watching and or listening. And remember, you saw it here on The Catch. And peace.